Okay, so before you guys ask, I did not check out the gameplay showcase live streams that went down earlier today and yesterday. At one point, I was going to watch at least a game or two of raw footage and whatnot, so I can make a video of me, voicing my own opinions on it afterwards. But then, unfortunately, I went outside, okay? I went out and about with my peoples in IRL, and so I had no choice but to touch grass. Regardless of the case, I was going to make this video that you're watching right now yesterday had I gotten the energy to do so, but I was already outside almost the entire day. Therefore, I was going to record a little bit of something late at night, but then I got tired. So therefore, I really took a huge break that day, which was yesterday. And now here I am today making this video. And so I was going to put out this video at some point between now and when the game comes out, which is the 16th for those who pre-ordered the game early, but for everyone else it really comes out on the 19th or on a Tuesday, if that makes sense. You know how sports games be with these release dates. Okay, we're getting a bit off topic. I'll explain more of that later, but for right now, let's get to business, okay? So, College Football 25, the stuff that I have learned while going through these deep dives and all sorts of details and the information that they gave us on their website from these campus huddle blog posts and all that. All of the information I gathered from memory and from what I've witnessed throughout all of the gameplay that they showed us up until this point. I want to talk to you guys about it for a little bit, and so it's not going to be a deeper dive video like the Road to Glory video that I made a few days ago. If you guys haven't watched that video, be sure to peep it. Number one. Number two, if you're curious, that video was mad long. I'm talking like 18 plus minutes and some change all over a Road to Glory deep dive. Just a single deep dive, but at the time, this was recently, by the way, I just had so much to talk about and I made it accidentally long, and so this time around is going to be completely different. It's not going to be a bigger deep dive than that video. Instead, it's going to be something short and sweet, okay? So I have written a list about the 10 things that I learned about College Football 25 up until this point. So let's see if I can get through all 10 things in around 8 minutes. If not, maybe longer, depending on how long this video is going to take me to edit. And so, here we go. The first thing that I've learned about this game is that the game is implied to be ambitious than before, because if you guys remember, when they first announced, and I vividly recall seeing that post on Twitter saying that college football will soon return, all the way back in 2021, I forgot when, during that year, but all I know is that since then they've been promising that they were working on the game, that they were putting a lot of time and effort into making the game happen after so long. And up until earlier this year, back in February, I think, they had a teaser for the first time showing us the behind the scenes of the game development and all that stuff. And so fast forward to May, which wasn't that long ago, when they showed the very first trailer showcasing the game in full, although it was a CGI trailer the entire time. Everyone had so much hype for the game. Me, I was thankful that the game was finally being shown after so long. I wasn't overly hyped, but at the same time, I told you guys that the game looked promising from that trailer alone, and just how different the game looks this time around on next gen. So it's like the next gen leap for college football is bound to be different than before. The second thing I learned is the tight visuals, and what I mean by that is basically how the game looks visually. It looks amazing to this day, even though I have yet to see the game in person, as in playing it by myself. But at the same time, from these gameplay clips up until this point, it looks better and better. Not going to lie, EA is really putting their hard work into how the game looks, from the players to the stadiums, the crowds, whatever the case may be. They know what they're doing, okay? Trust me. Though there are some areas, I will admit, that need some more polishing here and there, but overall, the game doesn't look too bad, alright? Number 3, the new mechanics are apparent, whether it be the new mental abilities or the wear and tear system, whatever the case may be. It feels like like EA Sports College Football 25 is really taking these mechanics seriously to the point where these mechanics might actually change the game. And I'll get to that later in the video. But the fourth thing I've realized is the fact that they have secured tons of schools, 130 plus FPS schools. I think there are now more schools on top of that this time around. I'm not sure exactly how many schools they got in the whole roster, but to say the least, they have so many schools that they secured the license for, whether it be the players or the mascots and the colorways and the logos and stuff like that, the identities of these teams. It's crazy how EA low-key were trying to give it their all to secure these licenses, and so applaud to them, okay? The next thing is the presentation becoming more accurate, because the more I see the presentation in this game, the more it actually impresses me. From the intros to the bowl games, I haven't seen any celebrations yet. I don't think, personally, I can't recall, because it's been a while since I've, watched these gameplay clips. But at some point at the time, I was a bit bummed out that they don't have the ESPN license no more, but I get it, times have changed. So apparently, just like any other sports game these days, they had no choice but to do it themselves, in which I'm fine with at this point. I've gotten used to it by now. Then the next thing being the features are becoming bound to change the game for better or worse. And what I mean by this is that the new mechanics that I've mentioned earlier just now with the wear and tear system and stuff like that, some people might like those changes, some might not, especially if you're like an OG fan of the college football games from back then. Therefore, what I'm saying is that your mileage can vary. It solely depends on what you're looking for in a college football game on next gen. If you're looking for this type of feature that can cater to you, then that's cool. If it's something else that you have been missing for so long that might or might not be in this game, chances are this game might not be for you. I'm just letting you know right now, but this is just my guess, okay? Next thing to note is that the Dynasty mode is looking pretty deep, because from that deep dive they told us about earlier, the Dynasty mode got so many features this time around. And again, I'm not really a Dynasty mode player like that, but I can see the potential this mode has in this game, because they just got so much stuff for us to look forward to. The amount of stuff you can do in this game mode is going to be deep, and I mean that. And same thing here with Road to Glory. I guarantee it's going to be even deeper. We got 4 player paths to choose from right out the gate, from a 2-star to a 5-star recruit once we're done making our player, and the dialogue choices and the schemes and this and that. The GPA is going to be apparent in that mode. Then the recent gameplay that we've seen up until this point, like I said, gave me a proper first impression. Now I know early impressions might be everything to some people, not a lot, but to some people they are looking for a huge first impression. Me, I was a bit skeptical because I didn't want to believe everything until I saw it, and then as time passed I have became more hopeful, more interested. My curiosity peaked more, but I'm not going to get my hopes up too high, because I have said this before and I'll say it again. It's EA Sports, and you will never know what you'll come across with these games, I'm telling you. But then again, this is the only sports game that I am interested in for this year, okay? As far as this year is concerned, College Football 25 might be the answer for me when it comes to having variety in sports games. But that's a different story in itself, okay? All I'm going to say is that I was hopeful, then skeptical for a little bit, but then I got hopeful again, and now I'm all the way interested. But again, it's EA, always stay cautious. But aside from that ultimate team thing, at the same time, they are not on my bad side, at least with this game, thankfully, okay? Now, the last thing that is worth noting for this video, when am I going to get the game? That is the big question among other things. Now, it might sound like something that I just randomly threw on this list just because, but there is a reason for that. I know some of you guys are curious as to know, when am I going to pick this game up? And trust me, when I get my hands on it, eventually I will get the game, okay? It might not be day one, it might not be anytime soon, because not going to front, I don't have that much money on me right now, but that's my personal issue to take care of. But just know, when I do get my hands on this game, trust me, things are going to be different on this channel, okay? Now, I might not be 100% perfect with these promises, but at the same time, I cannot let these people down. I cannot let you down for all that matter. And so I have to give you guys something with this game, but it's going to happen eventually when the time comes. That's all I'm going to say. But again, trust me, I'm going to get the game. Now, like I said, I'm not in a rush to pre-order this game or anything. But if I do like the game, then I might cop the whole thing. If I don't, then chances are I might wait until a price drop, you know, when the game goes out on sale and stuff like that. Because again, like I said, it's EA Sports. We'll never know what's going to happen with these games these days, but safe to say that I am going to try it out regardless of the case. But I know for a fact, if I'm going to play this game, I have got to go in with an open mind, okay? I need an open, fresh perspective, so that way I don't have to be biased while playing the game the entire time, to the point where even if I don't have expectations, I still might be disappointed to a degree. So all in all, I'm going to get the game, believe me, but it's just not going to be anytime soon because I don't have that much money. But regardless, guys, College Football 25 is going to be on my bucket list, especially before the year's over, because because I guarantee you by then I might have gotten the game at that point. Anyways, guys, that's really all I have to say. Just those 10 things that I learned about College Football 25 plus a random question at the end. If I was stuttering a bit too much, I apologize. I do, trust me. Anyways, let me know in the comment section what are your top 10 things that you learned about this game up until now. And if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Join the Viral family. It would be an honor to have you here with us, okay? Because we came here to rise up. We came here to grind. We came here to make precious content, okay? Anyways, hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications. And with that being said, it's been Viral as usual. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope you guys take care throughout the rest of this coming week. And yeah, have a good day, guys. Peace out, people.